Hey guys, Jacob Ross, aka the Comic Boss. It's my first video in 2.5 years. I know, pretty crazy. But the reason I'm making a video, the reason I'm doing all this again, is I recently had to sell my entire collection. Every comic, every action figure, everything. Um, and I'm in the rebuilding process. And so this is going to be a video series chronicling that. Um, I'm making this video for the guys over at the Rob Liefeld and Extreme Studios Facebook page. You guys were always the reason that I made these videos and who I basically made them for. And when I said I wanted to do it again, a lot of people showed some interest. So here we go. I'm going to show you my recent Liefeld pickups. Rob being my favorite artist, he's taking priority in the rebuilding process of comics. In fact, I wasn't going to collect comics again after I sold everything. They gave me a bunch of in-store credit where I sold it at, and I was pretty much deciding I was going to sell that off to somebody for half price, whatever I could get. And then I went in and saw Bloodstrike 1 and 2 of the new series, and I picked them up and loved them and really fell back in love with Rob's art and storytelling. That was it, man. Like I decided, I'm going to rebuild it from scratch. Got to. So I'm going to show y'all some of these comics that I've picked up. Youngblood Zero, great origin issue, great little backstory. Uh, Youngblood number one, first appearance of all these characters, my favorite Extreme Universe Rob Liefeld characters. Youngblood 2, introduction of Prophet, great. Love that artwork. 3, one of my personal favorites of the original run. 4, don't got 5, but I got 6, introduction of Night Saber, and really a turning point in Rob's style. 8, awesome Night Saber cover. Always love that cover. 10, which is maybe my favorite issue of the original run, Death of Chapel. A lot of Rob Liefeld Spawn. Look, it's just an awesome, awesome book. Strike File 2 and 3. Rob Liefeld, J. Lee art, Die Hard, Chapel stories. Just awesome. Youngblood Battle Book number 2. Like a reference style book. Pretty cool. Brigade Source Book, as you can guess, a reference book as well. Brigade Miniseries number 1, number 2, and number 3. And this is like the introduction of, well, not the introduction of Marat as an artist, but yeah, sort of also. And I'm a fan. I love Marat. Bloodstrike number 1, Rub the Blood. As you can see, this one has become permanent. But Dan Fraga artwork on top of Rob Liefeld layouts, good story, and some of the best early Extreme Studios artwork. Onslaught Reborn, sketch cover number 1, awesome. Like one of my favorite Marvel Rob miniseries, if not my favorite one, because of all the characters and everything. It's awesome. X Force number 3 from the miniseries, again, stellar. Hawking Dove number 2, number 3. Hawking Dove number 6, which is my favorite one in this run because of that dude right there. I love Rob's Batman. Wish I would have got to see more of it. Hawking Dove number 7. I also have Deadpool Core. Yeah, this is actually the Deadpool Classic Volume 12. Deadpool Core. It's got all Prelude of Deadpool Core, the Deadpool Core miniseries itself, Rob Liefeld art, Murat Michaels art. It even has Wills Portasio did a Prelude to Deadpool Core issue I didn't even know about, but also it's the Kidpool issue. It's awesome. So definitely go pick that up. Great. yeah, re-picked up Bad Rock figure. Found it for $3 at Second and Charles. I mean, I used to have just about all these old figures, but yeah, I love this one. This is my favorite one, the blue and gold. I kept over from my old Rob Liefeld collection, and it was by accident. I didn't realize that I didn't sell those two. Was I had my Evangeline hardcover, the miniseries they did a couple years ago with Owen. Owen, I don't never know your last name. Gemini, I think, and Mark Powelton. Two guys that are actually from the old Rob Liefeld boards who now did an Extreme Studios book, and it was really good, like really good. So had that. Yes, my Youngblood hardcover. Now I actually found this. I'd lost it and found it at Second and Charles and rebought it, and miraculously, it still had the sketch that Rob did for me at HeroesCon 2010. Like, you go on my old Facebook pictures, you'll see this exact sketch. You go on my old Rob Liefeld videos, you'll probably find this sketch in it. So yeah, this was great to get back. This is proof, that I met the man, my favorite comics creator. So, pretty awesome. The last thing I'm gonna say on this video is there's been an ongoing little controversy on Rob's page and on the board's page, um, about Frank Miller and specifically his artwork released for Dark Knight 3. It was a Superman Atom image. A lot of people are saying it's not that great. I think it's awesome. I think Frank's artwork still is awesome. Um, I love early Frank Miller, super rendered, much more classical comic book style. But I love like Holy Terror and stuff, man. I can't deny. I love Ronin. I love it when he gets experimental, and when the storytelling is what matters most. A lot of artists don't render as closely as time goes on. They don't spend as much time detailing every single panel, but a lot of them storytelling sense gets way better. And because of I don't know, like Stan Sakai, perfect example. Used to be super rendered. Now I think he's a better storyteller, even though he doesn't draw every single hair on Usagi's face. Or Eric Larson, great example. I love early Savage Dragon, but he still kicks ass at the storytelling that he does. Neil Adams, not as rendered as he used to be, still a great artistic storyteller. So the last pickup I'm gonna show you, Wolverine 1 through 4, which is a pretty cool thing to get when you're rebuilding your collection. Chris Claremont, Frank Miller's early artwork, great stuff. I love it. But I love this Frank Miller too. Dark Knight. I love Sin City Frank Miller. So Rob was like stick up for him. I mean, I'm just happy Frank's well enough to be doing new stuff. He didn't look good for a while. He's dealing with a lot of sickness. So the fact that he feels like sitting over a drawing board and putting something out for us to see, I mean, I think it's awesome. And I can't wait to read it. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't know when it'll be. I'll show you some new Liefeld stuff or other cool comics I get. And thanks, guys. All right, later.